Hey guys, welcome to another review for Mission Impossible Season 1. Today I'll be talking about Episode 3, Operation Rogosh. In this episode, Dan and his team get tasked to stop basically a terrorist for hire. He basically lends out his services to any corrupt government out there who wants to commit mass murder and incite anarchy. So one thing that I really liked about this episode from the get-go was the fact that Dan Briggs actually received his mission on a tape actually, and it wasn't like last time where he received his mission on a piece of paper. So I really liked it off the bat. So I thought that was good of the writer for this episode to do that. The other thing that I really liked is the way that this mission went down. Dan and his team end up catching this Rogosh guy and holding him in captivity and making him think that it is actually October 1969. In efforts to find out the location of four chemical weapons that he's placed in and around the area of Los Angeles. So I thought that whole plot line of them doing that and them working to get the information out of him was really intriguing, and I really liked that. The other thing that I liked about this episode, when Dan and his team finally take Rogosh, they put him in this cell. And the director in this episode does a really good job of showing us being claustrophobic in a cell could look like by showing us various angles and various close-ups of Rogosh's face while he's in the cell. The other thing that I liked is that a large part of the first part of this episode is just Rogosh in a cell trying to get his bearings and trying to figure out where he is. And in this scene, they take a lot of time to actually show you how intelligent Rogosh is and how he's trying to put together the lost pieces of time experiencing here. I don't have too many negatives about this episode. The only one negative that I have about this episode is they ended up actually trying Rogosh for the crimes that he would have committed if the chemical weapons would have gone off, but since they're trying to trick him into thinking that this is 4 years after the chemical weapons went off, the faction that hired him to put these chemical weapons around the city of Los Angeles hires an assassin to go into the castle area that they're holding Rogosh, and this assassin is the most dumbest assassin that I've ever seen on television. First of all, he is skulking around in broad daylight, and he's like not trying to conceal himself at all. And I'm wondering, the IMF team has a lot of people skulking around there, and you can't tell me that not one person saw this assassin guy skulking around there. And really, how could you not see him? But I guess like a lot of things in TV, you have to you have to suspend belief when it comes around to it. One more thing that I did like about this episode, one more final thing that I did like about this episode, was when Rogosh finally discovers that this whole thing is a ruse by tossing over a chair during the trial that they put him through, and the chair says the date and Los Angeles. Anyway, after he discovers that, Dan, Briggs, and the team put him in a cell with fake concoctions of the poison that he was set to release throughout the various spots of Los Angeles. And basically Dan forces him to give up the location of the final vial of poison gas that he put somewhere throughout the course of somewhere in Los Angeles. Anyway, I thought that scene was immaculately shot, and the way it was done with close-ups and zooms and by twisting the camera, it really did a good job of showing how distressed Rogosh was at that point. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought the acting in it was well done. The whole setup of what they did to get the information out of Rogosh was really cool. I only had that one negative that I mentioned before, but other than that, I really like that. I really like this episode, and because of that, my grade for this episode would be an A-. Anyway, that does it for my review of Mission Impossible Season 1, Episode 4, Operation Rogosh. If you like this video, please consider becoming a subscriber. If you've seen this episode and you have any thoughts about it, comment below and let me know. But as I say quite often, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.